There was a bit of an interesting interaction post game. Let's go to the handshake line, kind of, as the Cats and the Canes are shaking hands of players. Here's Rod and Paul.
And Barkov sets up for Hagee, and that's it, as two good friends who respect each other an awful lot.
Huh.
That seems like
Now, we do have more intel on what this was about. We can hear from Paul, or we can sort of kick it around first.
Let's hear from Paul.
Let's hear from Paul.
Quick ones. It seemed like you and Rod had an animated discussion at the end of the game. Was that just about the handshake line?
Yeah, that's all it was.
Okay.
And it's a personal belief, and I really appreciate what he did, because I understand the risk, that there's a bit of a risk. So the story goes like this. I don't believe that the coaches should shake players' hands at the end. There's this long list of people in suits and tracksuits. I mean, we had like 400 people on the ice. They're all really important to our group, but not one of them was in the game. There's something for me visually with the camera on of just the men who played, who blocked shots, who fought for each other. It's the end of one season. It's excitement for the other. The last thing that a player on the Carolina Hurricanes deserves is 50 more guys in suits they have. They have no idea who they are, and that's not a negative. There should be something really kind of beautiful about just the camera on those men who played shaking hands, and we should respect that. So we talked to Craig Berube on the ice in Toronto, and I figured if I could sell it in Toronto, and he understood it because he's played, and Roddy's played, so they both kind of get it. I don't know where it changed. When I first got in the league, you would never go shake the players. Now, some coach wanted to get on camera. Is the only thing I can figure out, right? And it was I don't know, maybe you want to shake Wayne Gretzky's hand or something. I don't know when it changed, but I don't think it's right. I think there's a really nice, kind of beautiful part of our game when just the players shake hands at the end. When you think of all the wars, that's not the right word, all the great competitions on the ice, I mean, hard, going after each other, and yet they shake hands like that. That's special. I mean, they're not sending Christmas cards to each other. This was nasty out there. Something very special to it. So I appreciate the risk that he took, because he's concerned that somebody here is going to be upset that he didn't shake our players' hands. I asked him not to, and he said, and he understood it. So that's what happened.
And then
I immediately want your reaction here, because Paul has a vision here that he wants everyone else to abide by, but I kind of don't mind his vision as well. What's your thought?
The handshake's great. I could care less if the coaches are in it or not. And anyone extra that came on the ice because they just won a conference, beat it. Like, you definitely don't need to be shaking 800 hands. Let the players shake, move on. I don't think it's insulting but I'm not bent out of shape either. There's coaches that coached those guys on the other team, and they might want to, like, I don't know, in football, they all run out onto the field and then they search out certain guys they know. And the story is not a big story. I was kind of hoping it was an FU, and Rod was mad and they were going to throw down. Like, that was from where I was watching. I'm like, ooh, we got some action.
I'm taking Rod if they're throwing hands.
Oh yeah, see the look in his face.
There is the whole, like, what if I'm Rod and I want to go shake hands? Like, Paul, I love that you have this cinematic adventure that you want to, and this is the way you think it should be. Screw you, I'm going to go shake some hands. Like, Paul gets a little bit high horse preachy here, but I don't mind his vision.
Yeah,
I don't either. But
that's what it is for me. I like Paul Maurice. Don't start being smarter than everybody else and being bigger than the game. Just shake the fucking guy's hand and don't make a big deal. Now you've made a big deal.
And you can go to your staff and say, listen, head coach, assistant coaches, go shake hands. They don't need to shake the trainer's hands.
Yeah, they don't
and you don't, and you can also have there's team management people, and you could say, don't let anyone on the ice till this handshake's over.
I'll be honest. Were trainers shaking hands? I just thought it was coaches.
It does feel like Paul's kind of exaggerating a bit, but I don't. I'm kind of with you on the, like, we love Paul Maurice with the Florida Panthers here. at times he came across as an arrogant know-it-all that had never won a cup, and that's come from me in Winnipeg and Toronto and other places, right?
Yeah.
And that felt a lot more like the old Paul Maurice, where the story is suddenly about him.
I have no problem with.
It's a great vision. Let Rod shake their hands if he fucking wants to.
If you're okay with the handshake at all, because I remember talking to Kelly Rudy, he hates it. It's like the last thing I want to do.
Yeah.
I've hated you guys for the last 10 days. Hated your guts. Lost sleep, just loathing you.
Yeah.
Now I got to shake your hands potentially after you've beaten me. The list of things I'd rather do is a mile long.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do the handshake, I think there's a respect level from the coach, whether you played or not, to say, hey, that's a hell of a series. Congrats, or
good luck.
We're moving on. You played. I don't know. I don't care with it about it. I'm not bent out of shape, but it does feel a little bit. Just go with it, Paul. Why are you trying to? What are you doing?
It's playing God a bit, right?
A little bit.
Yeah.
And I would consider myself kind of a fan of the guy. I think he's a good coach, and I love his sound bites. But that one was kind of like, what are we doing? What are we doing this for?
Anyway, interesting. We don't usually see that.
Hey, buddies, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Also, if you could throw in a like and subscribe, it does help us out with what it is we are doing. And check out more at flamesnation.ca.